Good morning, this is Andy Knepp walking your fields with a Pioneer Agronomy update. Today is Thursday, July 18th, and a quick update about the weather, the storms we had this past week, as well as disease progress and some issues around insects right now. So we obviously had some fairly major storms that came through on Monday night, some as well on Sunday night. The good news in that is that damage was fairly minor. It tended to be more limited to our later planted corn. So that was corn that was probably somewhere around V15 in that range, not yet tasseled. The good news about that is for any of that corn that may have lodged, may have willowed over, it does have a pretty good opportunity to right itself, to get straight, because it's still growing vegetatively. So all in all, not a major problem to report there. Fungicides and just disease progress at this point. We are still in a pattern where haven't seen a lot of disease progress. We are getting reports of tar spot all around us. I've seen plenty of common rust. Haven't seen a lot of otherwise major disease issues, but I would say that we're in a current weather pattern that probably makes us highly likely to start seeing things very soon here, with the amount of moisture, with the fact that we may have had spores blowing around from recent storms. So I think it's something that when I get the question, do I need to spray? I still think it's very important for us to be managing our corn crop with a fungicide, and I'm okay with kind of waiting to that R2 growth stage, trying to make sure that we provide as much benefit from those fungicide applications as late into the reproductive stages as we can. So we'll keep you updated as we see more and more disease start to develop. The last topic, the one that's probably the most pressing, is corn leaf aphids. So I've had an incredible number of calls over the last few days around corn leaf aphids. Populations in some fields are exceedingly high, obviously on a per plant basis. Although there are no real good thresholds developed yet, those populations are high enough that I would say likely we could see on the later planted corn those aphids interfering with pollination. And so we're sort of at a critical juncture where I would say we need to be out there taking a look and making plans to apply an insecticide if necessary. A couple things to think about. Aphids have an incredible capacity for reproduction. So if we do apply an insecticide, we will knock out the natural predators. And that means that those populations can bounce back fairly quickly. Also, those high populations, because they live in close proximity with one another, those aphids sometimes can get a fungus that will kind of rip through their population and wipe them out. Using fungicide can actually, we think, reduce the level of that fungal pathogen and thus support the aphids in terms of their population. So we want to be cautious. Any of the crop protection applications that we do make in our corn could have the potential to give us some bounce back on some of these aphid populations. So it's not a one and done. We need to continue to keep scouting them if we're seeing them, if we've made an application, because they could bounce back. That's all for my update. Everybody have a great week.